Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you hear. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is going on tonight, guys? Welcome back. Evan Aldo here. Saturday night. Exciting. Green September monthly close. Man, this year has gone by very quickly. We're already into October, basically. Already getting, that quarter four, October, November, December, getting to that point. We got the holidays, that interesting time of the year. And the economy, kind of slows down a little bit, towards that time of the year. Trading volume gets a little bit less, but ultimately, when we look at the grand scheme of things, when we look at, potentially what could happen here, because, we're coming into the halvening. We're only about 6 months away now, maybe a little bit more. I think is it the beginning of April or the end of April? I forget off the top of my head. I believe it's the end of April. So 6-7 months to go for the Bitcoin halving. And, we're kind of at that tough spot. There's a lot of apathy. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people have tuned out, kind of for good reason. It's not the most exciting market. We've generally kind of, if we zoom out here, just to get a little bit of let's go on a clean chart here. We've essentially been kind of sideways at like 20-something K for a long time. 27K, high 20s since March. We've been kind of sideways. It's been that boring market. Monthly just closed the trigger wave, and now we're potentially coming up with a VWAP. Now, what are the odds we come up with a VWAP, come back up to 30K and go onward, in the short term? Probably pretty low. Most likely you would do what we've done last time, I think. You know, most likely you would do what we've done the last time, especially when you look at the red X on Market Cipher B right here in November of 2019. I think we're kind of a month ahead of schedule, and I think that October could be kind of something like that. And I mean, I was talking about this, you know, Nightshade on the channel. He's a really, really good guy. We were talking about this stuff. I mean, if we come down, you know, potentially at 24, 25% in October, I think that's decently likely. And then you could test your 300 weekly moving average. That could happen within the next 4 weeks. Now, the other thing too, if we look at this, you know, front page CNBC here, you know, worst month in 2023 so far for traditional markets. Now, is Bitcoin going to continue to be immune to that? Is Bitcoin going to continue to be immune to that? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. And Nightshade, you are in the chat. I didn't even know you were in the chat. What's up, bro? You know, I don't think it's going to be immune to that. I think so far it's a bit of an illusion. But you know, the bull in me wants to say Bitcoin breaks away. You know, it turns out it's that hedge against inflation and keeps going up. But I don't know if it's got the legs to do that just yet. I think it will. I think we may see October be the month of realization for Bitcoin. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What's up, Elgato Crypto? And by the way, guys, pinned comment in the chat. Limited time, we're going to offer a 1 week free trial, completely free trial for the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, CBZ, Lanacor, KMAC, myself. A lot of really good fire TA. Don't think there's anywhere else on the internet that you can find as good of crypto trading stuff as much as we put out. So yeah, check that out if you guys are interested. So yeah. And let's see here. Crypto Itachi, end of year recession will hit. It's a no-brainer. Yield curve on invert at some point. So yeah, I mean, the yield curve, I haven't looked at that in a minute, but the yield curve is very indicative of that. You know, when will they announce recession? Probably end of the year or early next year. And then usually when they do announce it, I think you would kind of start to come out of it, and then we'd recover into the election. That would make the most sense unless Biden just gets absolutely annihilated, and we do like in a 2008 election year where everything just comes down the whole year, which I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll just turn on the money printer. I think they'll be forced to do that. I think that's the obvious kind of, obvious kind of viewpoint here, in my opinion. So yeah. And, you know, just looking at kind of the 3 week as well. And I think this is significant because this time frame, this coming into the red may kind of mark the bottom here, or the second bottom, the higher low potentially for Bitcoin, I think. This 3 week. Now, in the 18 day is interesting. Why is the 18-day interesting? That's where the NASDAQ actually bottomed out after the dot-com bubble when this went into the red. And right here was a pretty good point. So we're about to get into the red. My guess, though, is you'd probably come deeper into the red. I'd be more looking at probably not the monthly to come into the red, but potentially the 3 week, especially if it's sometime in October, November. But yeah. Appreciate you, Elgato Crypto. Appreciate you. Really appreciate that comment, Elgato Crypto. We put a lot of effort into the Discord. But yeah, really appreciate you. Shout out to Elgato Crypto. I should give you a free month for that, bro. No, now I'm paying you. I'm joking. I should, though. I should give you something for that. But anyway, yeah, shout out to Elgato Crypto. Appreciate you, buddy. The cat Crypto. Anyway, so let's get into it a little bit more here. I mean, kind of that double top pattern. Also, this point kind of significant. Now, what's kind of significant on actually, let me just go back to, I just want to show you this on a cleaner chart because it's easier for you guys to see it. I want to go to where is it? The 200 weekly moving average right up here, 27.8. That's a pretty big area we could potentially jump up to. A little less than $1,000 upward. It'd be around here, 27.8, which is going to be a pretty significant level. Got a 12 bear, 12 bear on the 14 bear on the 6 hour. That's not a bear div, but it could kind of bring you down here. If you do look at that, I'm trying to think what could potentially happen. I mean, Nightshade, we're looking at the bullish desert, I guess, but it's our trigger wave in the bullish desert is a little low for the bullish desert. Usually we want to see a tighter trigger wave there. We got our anchor wave there in that bullish desert. So I don't know, maybe we're breaking structure. It's a little bit tough to say. man, I'm trying to think here. What could happen? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta wait and see. I mean, this structure of this money, this pattern, isn't anything too bearish. Maybe come down a bit and then jump up higher. So yeah, 11 green weeks for the Dixie. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at 11 green weeks for the Dixie. Yeah, I think it may continue, man. Our Dixie is not anything. I mean, a monthly I like, a 15 bull on the monthly, can't go wrong for that. That's something that don't come up too often. Tight trigger wave. We're beginning our bullish desert, as Nightshade would say. And yeah, I mean, I could come down a little bit more in the short term, but come back up on the 8. That's a bullish desert. Yeah, man. VWAP coming up, shoot, right back up higher. My guess is that October will be a red month for traditional markets and most likely crypto. And I think we could see a lot of this guy finally start to shoot up probably this month. A lot of Bitcoin dominance to finally give us what we need upward. I think this will continue upward with the money flow. And I think we need, it could be a tight trigger wave on the daily too. So yeah, I think we're gonna come up a bit more with the Bitcoin dominance right there. And I think it's going to be a stronger month for the dollar. I wanted to look at interest rates really quick. People have been talking about how these have been shooting up. And it looks like, are these coming down a teeny bit? Ooh. Yeah, that's another bullish desert. But yeah, that's probably going to continue forward too. So I think that, man, I think it's going to be just some stagflation. We'll see. We might see oil continue a little bit too in the coming weeks. So yeah, let's take a look at the ADA. Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second here. That's actually, nothing changed with the oil since last time I looked at it. But let's take a look at Cardano. Right up to that point. Yeah, I mean, you're coming down with your VWAP, potentially to get a trigger wave to the downside. My guess is you probably wouldn't make it much above this 25 area. But you're looking at, okay, it looks good in daily. The money flow looks okay. Yeah, I know what you're looking at, those VWAPs, but you're coming down with that trigger wave. I don't know if you're going to break above. You got to break above this, man. The 10 hour, though, I don't have a problem with that 10 hour. Man, this is a little, look at the 4 hour. Money flow, I would say, would keep your 4 hour okay, but your 3 hour, I don't know. I think you'll probably just mess with this point a bit and then reject from it. Short term, it looks like you could continue forward. Money flow potentially to come deeper here on your 2 week on Cardano, yeah. Short term, you could come up a little bit more. I don't know how I would trade this. Maybe, yeah, just wait for this kind of bear div. I think on the 3 hour, excuse me, that would be a good thing to look at. I would say that bear div on the 3 hour. And keep your alarm set there. Let's look at ETH a little bit. Because this is, 19 bear on your 2 hour. Rejecting from this point, you came up a little bit more. I'm trying to think here. Bear div 18. Short term, I think we'd come down a bit more and then maybe bounce. A little tough to say right now, man. Because that's almost breaking structure there. You're coming up higher there. Don't know. Confirmed red dot on the monthly. Confirmed red dot on the monthly. 205 hour rejection from the 205 hour there. Rejection from that 205 hour 14 bear. I would think ETH would. I think we're going to probably come down in the short term for ETH, probably Bitcoin too, and then jump up a little bit higher. It's hard to say though. Rejection from the DBSI, you know, moving average as well. So yeah. And then you got a bear div with the, yeah, I mean, something like, it would be a little bit risky, I think, but it's interesting. Different on Heiken Ashes, but trying to short down to that 1650 might be not a bad idea here. Probably a time where you want to wait a little bit though. VWAP coming back up. I mean, this could easily jump up higher. And if it does jump up higher, where are you going to go? Potentially 17 something. Potentially back here, especially if Bitcoin goes up $1,000. Test the 200 weekly. That is possible. That's absolutely possible here. So yeah. Sol was, I know people have been saying Sol has been looking a little bit interesting here. And I think you might be right. I think it is. Trigger wave to the upside. Sol doesn't look half bad. We were talking about this jumping in the last stream. It did what we thought. What I thought at least. Sol weekly trigger wave, yeah. I think it's probably going to come up a little bit more, potentially up to the 23, and then probably reject from there. That's if I had to guess here. We'll see, though. I mean, it's just hidden off of, yeah. Very gapped RSIs, yeah. I think you would eventually come down into, it's looking like November for a lot of these, man. November, yeah, sometime later this year, early next year, that's what it's looking like. So yeah, I mean, we're almost into October, potentially the DCA area for a lot of the altcoins. The only thing that we're like a little bit, you know, a little bit early on is Bitcoin dominance is not where I really want it to be. So yeah, but I mean, and this may, that's the thing too, this may jump up quickly. I mean, this could jump up quickly. You know, especially if the market comes down this month, this could be at 56, 57 before you know it, maybe even 60 before you know it. I mean, these jumps were, if it's like, let's just do this view, 57, yeah. '57's where I would be looking at. 57's where I would be looking at. And I just wanted to look at if there's some like, let's go on CoinGecko. I just want to see if anything's like moving right now. So let's see, just to see if anything's doing something past 24 hours. Maker, man, I haven't looked at Maker in a minute. Okay, we looked at Chainlink as well. Let's look at Chainlink. ApeCoin's up a little bit. Yeah, it's the thing. It's jumping, but I mean, it's hitting that same point. Is this where we break up for Chainlink? I don't know. We might. We could. It's possible. I don't know. Tough to say, man. Tough to say. And those trend reversals, Moneyflow keeps that same thing. I mean, you know, if I had a bet on this, I would say probably you'll just reject. You know, the same thing will happen. But how much farther could you get in that amount of time? Maybe a little bit more. Maybe, I mean, you're getting bearish divs all over, but they're not seeming to give you much. That 6 hour one, though. Nah, not really a bearish div, actually. So it was Chainlink, and then what was the Maker? Oh man, I haven't looked at Maker in a minute. That's fighting back. People have been talking about this. I mean, kind of rounding bottom thing. Your next stop, well, you're hitting one of the stops, but I mean, your next stop after this would be around 19 something. This is coming back from the dead, man. This is, yeah. Blue triangle, green dot down. Blue triangle, green dot down. Be cautious of that. Definitely be cautious of that. That weekly bear div will probably end the fun too. It could come up a little bit more. I'd be surprised if you could get above 2,000 here. I mean, there's not too much going for this, man. There's not too much going for this. Oh yeah, RLB is the one people have talked about. That's coming down right there. VWAP coming down the daily. This is, yeah, this is not. Lower time frame's not awful. 4 hour not awful. Trigger wave to upside. Oh man, tough to say on some of these right now. Tough to say. Roll bit. Maybe up a little bit more. 14 or something. I mean, this formation right here is nothing bad. I mean, this is not a bearish formation, really. So I could break upward to 14. That's the same thing on Bitcoins. I mean, the Bitcoin, I mean, this formation is not, this is not a bearish formation. I don't think this is a bearish formation. What are you thinking here, Nightshade? Do you think we're going to come up? What do you guys think? You think we're going to come up a little bit more? But this formation, this is not, generally not a bearish formation. I mean, it is kind of an M, but it's like a, I forget the exact name of this formation, but it's not a crazy bearish formation. 32, the trigger wave may give us what we need upward. I also want to draw a fib level or something, another, right to there. That area bounce off of, I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll jump a bit in short term. I was just saying, it's tough to say on the weekends. This is a tough market to read on the weekends, but a short term on Bitcoin, was ETH looking the same kind of... Yeah, similar. That spider line is more of what you're looking at in ETH, especially right there to, you know, reject from, I guess you should say. We should say reject from. Do you have the green dot in the weekly? We should talk about that in Bitcoin a little bit, because that is right here. So you look at it right there, but then let's go on a clean chart actually. Right here. Look at, this is like history repeating, look. And we were in the red too, essentially. In the red in the weekly, right there. What happened right there? As soon as it confirmed, you were basically done and you came down. Yeah, you essentially came down. And let's look at that in regular candles to get a little bit more of a, so yeah, green candlestick, and then you were done. This confirms in 22 hours. Green candlestick, then you're done. If it's like that, we're going to be bearish. You know, maybe we jump up a little bit higher, you know, tomorrow or something. What's up, Tim Collar? Appreciate you, man. Always appreciate the likes. Smash the like button, guys. And if you guys are interested in trading, check out the exchanges down below. I spent a lot of time negotiating, trying to work out some good promos for you guys with the exchanges. All of them are exchanges I use. They're all very good, especially if you don't want KYC, no VPN required. Links down below, FAIRDESK trading competition, and the $100 trading bonus. We give away to one person every week who signs with my link. Really good odds. Similar thing with MEXC. And FAIRDESK, PRIME-XBT are great as well. So yeah, good deposit bonuses. Check those out. And yeah, if you guys didn't already see, we are doing a 1-week free trial for the Aldo Empire VIP Discord as well. So started that out. So yeah, And let's see here. CBZ had an excellent ETH short too. Excellent ETH short in the Empire, man. Or not ETH short, Cardano, excuse me, Cardano. That was a few days back, but that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Let's see how some of the ones. So 16 bull on the weekly for Algorand. There's a few of these that, and people are talking about these too, which kind of makes me think it's going to jump. Oh, this is nice with the yellow X's. We've talked about this trade setup. Yeah, we were talking. It's a kind of swing setup, and I think you'll probably ETF will get approved. Are we that close? We didn't even approve the Bitcoin one yet. 12 cents or something. I don't know if it will. Maybe we come up a bit more here. We got to keep an eye on this trigger wave or whatever. That could, kind of end the fun. Maybe we come up some more, and then the trigger wave kind of just completely ends all the fun, man. And then 16, yeah. We were looking at the night trade. Yeah, Dixie monthly trigger. Dixie monthly trigger. I think generally, October is probably going to be a red month for crypto and traditional markets. Maybe crypto could somehow break away. I don't know. But when you look at traditional markets too, I mean, this is the worst month of the year so far for traditional markets. Red Heiken-Ashi, 2 red months now. August and September were both red months. Let me just see. Yeah, I mean, it's 18 bear on the weekly. This does not look good by any means. I think this will continue downward. Can Bitcoin keep jumping while this continues downward? Probably not, man. Probably not. Probably not. Not yet. I don't think we're there quite yet, but we'll see. This DBSI line on the 2 week is significant, I think, especially if you do make a lower low coming into, let's say, early next year. And I mean, this correction we saw so far down to that area, I mean, it's 26%. That ain't no walk in the park. I mean, you come down a little bit more, 30%. With all that money printed, factoring inflation, that's like a 50 to 60% correction for the S&P 500, essentially. So keep that in mind. And I think once you get to that point, then the money printer goes on. When you get close to here, money printer. You probably start the money printer, you start the QE around 36 or whatever. And then it keeps falling a bit, as it always typically falls a bit farther after the QE or whatever QE starts. That's my kind of guess here. I mean, obviously very hard to really predict what will happen, but I think it's most likely. If you look at history, if you look at things that have happened in the past, we got the government shutdown looming too. Are we going to find out news about that tomorrow? I don't even know, but that could be another thing to keep our eyes on. So yeah. What else has been moving? ApeCoin. I want to look at ApeCoin. ApeCoin got a little jump here. The NFTs all got a little jump too, or at least the blue chip ones did. Yeah, 16 bull on the weekly. I mean, this could do like an algo or a Zcash or something nice rounding bottom. You are starting to hit, like, think about it this way, guys. You are starting to hit some type of resistance. I mean, how high is this going to go? Maybe up to 140. Maybe, we'll see. If you just look at here, I mean, it's all the bearish desert, and then these trigger waves, they all bring you lower. What's going to bring ApeCoin? Is this one magically where ApeCoin goes up all the way? Probably not. And where did ApeCoin essentially top out over here? Topped out when the view up started to curve down, as it is right there. Where did it top out here? When the view up is starting to curve down, as it is right here. So, yeah. Phantom. Let's look at Cosmos, actually. I don't feel like looking at Phantom. It's just not in my interest to look at Phantom right now. Don't ask me about 21 on the bull on the weekly. Not bad for Cosmos. This looks better in a lot of other things. Kind of double bottom thing right there. One sec, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Cosmos had a, let's see the market cap, 2 billion. Man, that's low. I mean, it's making a higher low here. It is tempting. Some of these are a little. I want to see that kind of 2-week bull div though, which we may not see that until like February, which that could be colossal. This formation in terms of price, not a bad formation, and I do think you potentially could jump up higher here. If we do something along, yeah, neckline's probably like right where we are right now, I guess. Yeah, something like that. To there, 8 something maybe. Could jump up a little bit more potentially. Excuse me. Kind of what I'm looking at right there. Yeah. Oh, Uniswap, we've kept our eyes peeled on. That's a huge point right there. Let's draw a little horizontal line. Yeah, I would say it's a pretty big support. That's a huge area to try to keep. And you're jumping off of it. Some of these alts, you may get a little bit more for some of these, man. Bull div potentially pretty soon on the weekly. That 2-week bull div though, keep our eyes on that. That's a thing. ICP losing more support. Jeez. I think you're just gonna break this one's. Yeah, this one looks less promising, but yeah. How about Doge? Same old, just nothing happening. Yeah. We've been talking about this one potentially going up to, yeah, a bit more here, maybe 55. XRP wouldn't surprise me. A little drop down right now. XRP is a weird one, man. XRP is a weird little trigger wave almost on the weekly there, though. Let's see how that 5-day is. Good money flow coming up, trigger wave, yeah. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Oh yeah, Phantom, yeah. I was trying to skip over Phantom, I don't know. That's not that particularly bullish of a formation. That's a more bearish formation right there. And if you break down, you're taking targets at 8 cents. So, yeah, I mean, these alts could drop, especially with Bitcoin dominance, you know, potentially going up more. Over the next, if October turns out to be a pretty red month, if that trigger wave on the monthly does play out for Bitcoin, oh my God, Bitcoin dominance can jump up and, you know, Bitcoin could drop. You know, let's just look at Heiken Ashies here. You know, most likely it would be similar to something like that. I mean, imagine, well, we've already sailed that ship with the pandemic, you know, just a quick drop down, but yeah, I mean, right there, and then VWAP coming back up. We'll see what happens, but, you know. Bandcoin, let's see. Not bad on the daily. But we got your little, your bearish desert, or yeah, your bearish desert right here. VWAP could come back down. You know, keep an eye on that bearish desert. I don't know if this could break above the line. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. What's up, Cryptodontist? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. Shout out to Cryptodontist. So all go, I don't know, pretty random, but let's look at a VRA. I gotta jump up out of nowhere. Interesting. I mean, is it like this or like that one right there? Just keep dropping down? Probably, honestly, but I don't know. It's tough. Tough to say on some of these right now. I mean, you're starting to get bare divs. You're starting to get bare divs on this. I mean, could it go a little bit higher? Sure, but you're hitting some traffic. You're hitting some traffic. Back in May of 2020, these EMAs went bright, and then they never into 2020 for this was not a happy time. Then that was what, a 200x there? Yeah, 200x. My God, wow. Some of these could ride, man. 100x. True token. TrueFi. I've heard of this. Nice double bottom. Coming up a bit. Man, you guys are making me more bullish almost. I don't know, man. Yeah, some of these don't look bad. There's not too much data on this, but I mean, it could jump up a bit more here. I mean, but this formation kind of isn't that bullish. That's where you got to be careful, because if you break downward from here, you're going down to a cent, man. So be careful. Potentially. So just be careful. It could be a trap. It could be a trap. My legs are getting a little bit sore. I'm going to put this down. Crypto lifer would be disappointed in me. Would be so disappointed. He always stands. But, you know, been a lot. It's late. It's that weekend stream. Wanted to cover the monthly close, so yeah. A little bit more comfortable here. Oh man, I want to fall asleep. But yeah, that's true. And let's look at some Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, this thing just goes up over time, essentially. I mean, if we were to draw like a trend line on this, I mean, yeah, it just keeps going. I don't know. Tether is like the biggest FUD thing that just keeps going. It's like the Apple stock of crypto. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hard to say. My guess is they'll keep going for a bit more. The total 2. Total 2 green dot in the weekly, just like Bitcoin. Thing is, similar to there, deeper one there. Jump up. Very similar to Bitcoin. I mean, this in itself is not a bearish formation, really. Kind of a channel. I mean, it's hitting the top of it right now. That's a significant point. Not a... I don't know. If you look at blue triangle strategy, down, down, down. Maybe drop down, but I don't know. Pardon me. Bull div on the weekly. Yeah, some of these don't look half bad. RSIs are gapped though. I don't know. It gets a little. I mean, when you look at money flow there, it looks like once it might maybe come deeper, so it gets a little, you know, worrisome. But that monthly bull div probably will give you what you need. Unless it ends up like our buddy Zcash. Well, this is to be determined, but that monthly bullish div didn't really give you, I mean, it's just the same thing. But now you have a weekly and technically not a bull div anywhere here because that's lower. But your money flow is coming up. Hmm. Avoided government shutdown again. We did avoid. Okay, let's actually take a look at that. I mean, is it on Fox or whatever? Oh, okay, avoiding. Okay. Jesus. As a stopgap measure, an 889 vote voting shutdown. Okay. We thought it would shut down too. I don't know if this really means much. I don't think this means too much, really. But yeah. Zcash, maybe you get a jump. Wouldn't surprise me if you get a bit of a jump here. This double bottom thing. That money flow is interesting. It looks like it might want to come deeper. Blood diamond galore. I don't know, man. Shut up. People have been beeping all day here. It's more than usual. Yeah, I don't know, man. XMR is a weird one. Kind of just choppy, and then you probably break up or break down from here. Maybe you break up. I mean... Don't know. It's not like the best answer, but it's just like, you just look at this and you're like, I mean, blood diamond galore, I'd have to kind of go with the more bearish case, but yeah. The grand scheme of things, this thing does not look too bad. Although, oh my god, I didn't realize it's been out that long. This is one of the first ones. Wow. Yeah, that's one. Okay, yeah, that's an issue right there too. This is almost like it was forming a cup and handle. It's probably everybody thought in like September 21, and then nope, not exactly. Just came down. Monthly money flow does not look too good. Yo, what's up, Jason Casper? It's been a minute. Thanks so much, man, for the super chat. Thanks so much for the $49.99. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, man, we definitely got to collab, man. 100%. I was thinking about shooting you a message. You got to come on the channel. We got to get something going, man. It's been a minute. It's been a while, man. I don't know if it's been like almost a year now. Obviously, the thing that everybody's talking about, it's it's rough. You know, you got the that Exodus wall, man. That's the same thing. A lot of people. The Mark Cuban was the same issue. And then AJ Wright's crypto, he got his done too. His MetaMask. Hardware wallet's the way to go, guys. One of these guys. This could be the decoy. You know, this is the real one I use. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, I hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope you're recovering from all that. Interesting times, you know, with the banks too, guys. With Chase, you know, I know it's only the UK, but you can't buy crypto with your Chase Bank or whatever. Yeah, EJ Wright's crazy. Yeah, he had. I don't know how much if his was as catastrophic as yours. Yours is pretty catastrophic. I mean, that's gotta be rough. But you'll recover, man. I mean, you are a beast. I mean, congrats on 10 or 10, I'm about to say 10,000, 100,000 subscribers. You know, you're one of the biggest people. You're one of the biggest people. You really exploded. It's been insane. It's been insane. That the treadmill under the desk. I gotta get one of those, man. I gotta get one of those. I'm moving into a. I don't want to. I don't know if I want to share it. Well, some of you guys know I'm moving into bought a new place that I'm gonna be moving into, and well, you guys know where I kind of near where I live or whatever. But yeah, a new place will be good. You guys set up the studio there a little bit better. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've been lucky. I've never been hacked in my since 2014 to 2015, I think. Never been hacked. I've been lucky in that aspect. But yeah, I mean, I do have some stuff on hot wallets, but nothing. It's not enough where like it would really hurt me too bad. I did have a little bit on Celsius. They may open that up pretty soon. Celsius. They may open that up pretty soon for withdrawals, but it's going to be like 65% of what you had on there. But hey, I'll take it. Yeah. What are you thinking, Jason? If you're still here, I mean, what do you think of like the monthly right now with the trigger wave? You know, do you think history will repeat and we'll kind of just keep the bearishness towards the end? Towards the end of the year, and then keep kind of the 4-year cycle. If I had to guess, that's what I think would probably happen here, but yeah. I mean, this formation too, we'll just range until spring. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's until kind of the Fed, it probably won't. The thing too is like, given that we're holding up strong against the S&P 500 right now, maybe we'll just kind of stay in that range, kind of be an island, you know, against traditional markets until that. I mean, I had this drawn out for a while now, since the July kind of high, 31K top, maybe 40K pre-halvening kind of run up, maybe post-halvening dump a little bit, shake out some weekends, then potentially, you know, make new all-time highs, hopefully. That was how it was drawn. But 300 weekly, I think, is going to be somewhat significant. I mean, that is where we bottomed for the pandemic. Price doesn't care about it as much. I mean, this kind of was a jump off of it almost, a low jump off of it. But yeah. S&P 500, I got to take a look at the S&P 500, man. For the short term, let's see. S&P 500, I mean, these red X, yeah, it's on the way up. Some of these are good. The money flow, not too good. I mean, you're getting that monthly red Heiken Ashi too, which is, I mean, red Heiken Ashis usually don't fool around too much. I mean, some of them fool around a little bit. This was our last pre-election year too, which is kind of my guess. See, like, bearish into early election year. This would be bearish into kind of the halvening if it is like this for the SPY, and then you kind of jump up a bit, which is probably like the most the Fed would let happen. I think to really get oil down and stuff, to get, you know, inflation down, you'd probably have to come back down farther. But let's take a look at, like, you know, we're probably, what are we at, a fib level or something here? Let's take a look, see. Yeah, I mean, that is a golden pocket, kind of. Come off the VWAP there in the 2-day. Daily. You're getting yellow X's. Usually these come in pairs. That's coming down right there. I don't know if I like blood diamond on the 4-hour. I mean, the blood diamonds are a dime a dozen, but actually, I want to look at the DBSI a little bit here. 22, that's not a... I don't know if we're going to retrace too much. I could be wrong. I don't know if we're going to... I think you might continue downward. I think you might generally continue downward. I mean, if it's like... It depends, it's like how you... If it's like that, where that money flow was, I mean, S&P 500 I do not think is a strong camper right now. There to there, I mean, that would be catastrophic. The lowest I kind of think they'd let you go is maybe a little bit lower, like 330 something, honestly. If you factor in inflation too, the interesting thing about this versus M2, this is interesting. This is S&P. I don't know if you look at these, Jay. This is S&P 500 versus the money supply. We can't get above this area versus money supply. You know what I mean? We can't get above that area versus it. And then, you know, if we do play out like that, kind of where this is December 21, could be coming back down. That's the thing for S&P 500 too. Like, it was just such a good freaking money maker here. And then that decade was just trash. I mean, all the way down to 2019. But this decade was so good. So if we repeat this pattern, like in terms of decades, this is like, you know, 90 to, I mean, that's a good decade. That was a pretty good decade so far. But, I mean, we're hitting major traffic. So, yeah. The other thing, too, S&P 500 versus Bitcoin. Trigger wave in the monthly, now you're getting it nullified. That's interesting. I don't know. Kind of an interesting to say. A little tough to say, but yeah. I almost feel like maybe you could continue downward here. Because it really bottomed against, yeah, March 21 is where that really was the place. I mean, yeah, it bottomed against, there was a double bottom against Bitcoin, March 21. So if you converted to S&P 500, you would have, you know, basically got 100% more of your Bitcoin holdings. So, yeah. NASDAQ, too, let's take a look. I mean, no monthly red Heiken-Ashi. Bear div there. Yeah, I don't think the NASDAQ looks too good. I mean, we're looking bear div plus yellow X. Bear div plus trigger wave. That's the thing, too, because you've been in the, like on the 3-day, too, you've been above, all the waves have been above the zero line for a minute now, and then you kind of broke that structure here with that trigger wave. You kind of broke that structure, so yeah. True wave to the downside there. Yeah, I mean, I mean, if I had to guess here, I think the NASDAQ's generally going to be bearish for probably the next few months into early next year. Probably generally the same for S&P 500. Probably generally the same for Bitcoin, although I think November is a good shot at bottoming out. But, yeah. Short term, again, what we want to look at here is yeah, I don't know. Tough to say short term. Tough to say, tough to say. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at AVAX. Man, AVAX. AVAX. $9, okay. All these yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. Maybe some sell exhaustion. I think you could come back up to this point, maybe. Didn't jump on government news. No. Guess nobody's awake right now. I don't think it means too much. I don't think it really affects much. I don't know. What's like Fox? Oh yeah, that's where we. Anybody know who this is? Oh man, Jay, if you're still on, you should use this in one of your videos. I know you like to do those. I know who that is. I have, believe it or not, guys, this congresswoman. I think I have a picture of her with her when I was like 5 years old. Let's see what's going on with Rosa DeLauro. What's going on? Let's see. Democrat falsely claims House Republicans try to provide themselves a pay raise. Okay. Falsely accused. Pay raise. Is there anything truth in what she said? I'm trying to think here. Those glasses almost look like they're photoshopped. Those look like they're photoshopped? They gotta be real though. That's like Crypto King does that on Twitch with the glasses, but he's not really wearing glasses. It's just animation. Yeah, I mean everything's subject to interpretation. Pay raise. I mean everything's gonna get more expensive over time. I'm sure there's some truth to what to what she was saying. That's the way you shoot a sniper rifle, Elon? Huh. No, that picture is real, Nightshade. That picture is real. I don't know about the glasses, but she is known for the hair, for the purple hair. That's always been a thing. I've met her. I don't really remember it. I was very young. I was like 5 years old, but I've met her. She was my rep. She spoke at my school. She always wins in the district, always like 70-80% of the vote. New Haven, Connecticut. She's getting up there. I think her husband's a Yale professor. And Dianne Feinstein died. God rest her soul. She was 90-something, right? That's wild. I think there definitely should be term limits. I mean, there definitely should be some type of term limit. That's kind of obvious. I think that would end a lot of corruption. I mean, that's kind of common sense. Will it ever happen? I doubt it. AX looks kind of good right now. Kind of rounding bottom, reverse head and shoulders forming. I think you can break up back to 9-something here. But from there, I mean, when would this break up? Maybe the next week, and then each kind of drop down. Maybe it could be something like that, potentially. $21K, yeah. I hope it does play out too, Jason. That's why I would kind of guess. Definitely would kind of guess that. Uniswap. Euro. USD. And by the way, guys, one free week in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. If you guys are interested, check it out. Pin comment in the chat. I think it's a really good value. Me and 3 other analysts providing you a lot of good sauce. We're starting Aldo Academy too if you want to do some one-on-one sessions with the analysts. CBZ, Lanacore, KMAC, all are great. Nightshade as well, really good. I'm gonna have them write out their like strengths and stuff. Euro USD, I think, is going to continue to fall generally. Generally, I think Euro USD will continue to fall. We should do some type of poll or something. Oh man, yeah, we should do a poll. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. It's been a minute since we've done a poll on this live streams. I want to do something. Do some type of. It's been a minute. Am I able to? Hopefully this will load. Come on. Let's see. Can we do? I don't even remember. Okay, yes, start a poll. Will October be a red month for Bitcoin? Yes, no. Start poll. No. Okay, we got 1 vote saying no. Okay, interesting. How the Dixie reacts to news? Well, let's take a look at the Yixie. I don't think it really means much, man. I think what's going to happen is just going to happen. I think the Dixie is going to continue forward. Yeah, 50-50. Usually turn it off and just... So, both of the RSIs I know how to interpret. They're both useful to interpret. I'd interpret them kind of as a whole, though. I interpret them as a whole, as one. I view them as one. So, yeah. Ultimately, directions that they're going, the gapped, the tight, stuff like that. Tight RSIs, gapped RSIs, all that. Tight Rs. Yeah, tight Rs, tight S. Trigger wave here in the 1 minute. His formation's not bad. Not a bad formation here. May bring us up to 27.5 next. Let's see. Alexis K. Yeah, let's take a look at. We'll look at it again. I looked at it a little bit, XRP. Short term, I think he got a good shot at coming up a bit more. It's looking a little weird now with the drop down. I don't know if I would necessarily do anything with this, but I mean, you did get up to, oh my, I didn't even realize how much this jumped up, and then Yeah, you did get up to that 54, and then now you're jumping down. I don't know, man. This is a weird. Short term, I think you could come up some more, maybe get back up to that 55. I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. Wow. 67% of you said no for October being a red month for Bitcoin. That's wild. I thought it would be way more saying yes. I thought you guys would be way more bearish. Yeah. XRP's always been a weird chart. There's something weird about it. I mean, $27 billion market cap. XRP ain't small. It ain't small by any means. Yeah, XRP's an interesting one. Potential trigger wave here, too. I mean, that's what some people have talked about, that Mr. Hart that comes around. He's always been talking about, Mr. Hart teaches, he's always been talking about that jump. You know, potentially going to $6 or whatever. That'd be pretty crazy. If he's right, that's that's gonna be interesting. He's gonna look like a genius. I mean, if you're calling like crazy numbers for anything and you're right, usually that works out. Yeah, you look smart, you know. I think it's gonna just generally follow the market, the rest of the market, you know. Did we look at DOT? Yeah, same thing. I don't know. If we could, it would probably. I mean, it would make sense to retest 426 this area. I mean, it would definitely make sense to do that. Higher low. I mean, not a bad formation there. So yeah. Wow, 73% you saying no for October being a red month. Wow. I'd love to hear your reasoning. I want to hear love to hear what you guys are like, the reasoning, what you guys are thinking there. Wow. I think you guys are just pulling my leg, though. How about the one? Where's the thought? Yeah. The MEXC. That is down so much, jeez. Probably could get a bounce here. Probably could see something happen. This I've been thinking, especially once this confirms in a day or two. Costa Rican Colone. Abajo. Abajo. A little late, Josh Rodriguez. What's up, man? About to get off in a little bit, but we've been on an hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes. By the way, guys, a lot of good promos with exchanges down below, only with my link. Spent a lot of time working those out for you. They're all places I use. All great options for no KYC required. You do need a VPN for PHEMEX BT, though, so check those out. Be careful. Do it if you know how to trade. If you don't, get educated. We got a 1 week free trial on the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, so check that out. Also, 2 trading courses down below. One's more of a DCA course, when to get in, when to get out. So yeah. That trigger wave on Amazon, man. I don't know. I mean, you just broke structure so much right there, and then you came up, but it could be a long time before you're going to ever come back to, come back up to that point. Yeah. Oil with the new monthly. Let's take a look. Actually, you've been on a minute here. You're talking about this oil? What oil are we talking about here? I mean, are these even going with the new? Are they, they're not trading right now. We'd have to look at like maybe crude oil. Is this going? I don't think this is going right now. Oil, I think, could continue, probably. I mean, this is not that bad of a formation. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think it could keep going back up to these levels, potentially. Yeah. I mean, what happens if you just type in oil? I mean, oil 2. Whenever you see something with a 2 on it, you gotta look. Oh, is there a Bitcoin 3? No, there's not. I could come out with Bitcoin 3. Oh, yeah, this is. It's at a big level, that Bitcoin 2, man. At a big level. Bull div coming up. Money flow. It's cool, Josh. Yeah, it's cool, man. Get those trades in. Be careful. Do it responsibly. Check out the Aldo Empire. We really built that up, man. We really built that up. CBZ, Landacor. We got football tomorrow. We're gonna give you analysis, sports analysis. No, I'm just kidding. We're not giving you no NFL analysis. No, it's a good way to lose money there. I have no clue when it comes to that, but it's getting a little jump. Yeah, finally. Hex. I don't know. Sports bet. You can't even do sports betting in Florida. DraftKings isn't even allowed in Florida. Connecticut it's allowed. So a lot of states it is, but Florida you gotta probably find a bookie or something down here. Well, you could do it on Bovada or whatever. Cowboys, who are they playing? Cowboys are not bad. Yeah, it's interesting with the Cowboys. It's just going to be the same thing every year with Dak Prescott, just losing against the 49ers in the playoffs. Is Jimmy still starting for the Raiders, or did they bench him? The Raiders weren't doing too hot. Yeah. They should do some NFL games on Saturday. They should spread it out. They should spread it out more. You know what I mean? Link, yeah, Link. That's what we were talking about earlier. I mean, it's hitting a big spot. It looks good in the high time frames, but be careful. I don't know. 3 week is tempting. I mean, you did have that monthly. Is this a monthly bull div? Oof. That is a monthly bullish div. No, it's actually not. I don't know. It's an interesting market right now. A lot of conflicting stuff, man. It's an interesting market because you got. I would go with the trigger wave on the. I would go with history and the trigger wave on the friggin' monthly here, but yeah. So update on the poll: 44% said yes, October will be a red month. 53% said no. 50 said it's changed to 50. Okay. That's a close poll. That's a close poll. Surprised you guys are saying. I thought it would be like freaking 70-30 saying yes. I mean, yeah. It's interesting. Anyway, guys, about 10 p.m. right now. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for now. Definitely going to try to give you some video or something tomorrow as well. Going to hunt some more trade steps. We have a lot, obviously, in the Discord. A lot of activity there. Free trial we're doing. Don't know how long we're going to do that. So check it out. Link in description below. First link down below. And all the exchanges are ones that I've used. All the best ones, I think, right now with no KYC. No VPN for all of them except PRIME-XBT. PRIME-XBT is a good option for Forex. If you want to do some Forex or traditional markets, it's a decent option. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.